Wrestling Soup is intended for a mature audience.
What?
We like to use naughty words.
Hell yeah.
Wrestling Soup.
Wrestling Soup.
How you doing? Wrestling Soup.
Wrestling Soup.
How you doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ, they kicked me off Twitter again.
Wrestling Soup.
How you doing?
Why isn't you guys laughing?
Wrestling Soup, motherfuckers.
Tune in to Wrestling Soup every Thursday on Mixlr.com.
What a horrible promo by Ronda Rousey. Yes, it was. But what an honest fucking promo. What a fucking honest promo it was. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the chat. I can only imagine her like, man, you suck, it sucks. I thought it was decent. She exposed herself. Yes, Scott, she absolutely did. She was frustrated. She was completely off guard. The crowd was absolutely not behind her. She was, in every sense of the word, a heel. She was in heel territory, and she was not equipped to deal with that. Like, if Shayna Baszler came out right at that fucking moment, she would have been full-fledged fucking heel. And they would have just beat the shit out of Becky. Like, literally, if anybody had a quick thought of a moment, that's what you would have done. You'd have just had Shayna, or someone come out there and just help beat the shit out of Becky. I'm just saying, I don't know if you saw it like that, but that's how I saw it.
You see, but here's the thing. If there was some way that they would keep this going, in the sense of, now they'll be smart enough to kind of steer her more towards obviously being a heel, I would say, okay, cool. Great. Now we're going in the direction that the crowd has finally actually turned Ronda more towards who she is, which is not a really nice person.
Sure.
Not particularly somebody that is very likable. So why don't we head in that direction? And if that was the case, I would say, okay, well done. But we know it's just going to be business as usual next week. She's going to come out smiling with the horrible fucking eye makeup on, in her kilt, big smile. It's just going to be right back to business as usual. So
right.
It's not. If I had more faith in the people that were in charge carrying over what they've seen onto the show and to actually be, like reflective of the audience, then I would say, oh, that was cool. But I know what it's going to be. She's just going to do the same shit anyways. And so for her to go out there and not look good, it's just going to keep going, and it's going to be the same shit, dude. You
think so, though? You don't think that this is all part of the build? You don't think that this is kind of the build? And here, let me throw out the other thing, too, that's been circling. There is a rising suspicion of it not just being Becky versus Ronda, that it's going to be Becky versus Ronda versus Charlotte.
Yeah, which is, come on. I mean, at some point, it's like, okay, do you want people to hate Charlotte?
I think they do. I think that's kind of the point. I really think they do,
but how bad? But once again, okay, if you want people to hate Charlotte, then fucking commit to it and make her a goddamn heel. Instead of this weird mess where it's like, well, you hate her because she does this, but you also like her.
Right.
You like her, but you hate her.
I don't think it's you're supposed to like her. I think you're supposed to respect her, but you're still supposed to hate her. Which is what Ric Flair's gig was forever.
Once again, it's like, okay, if you're going to try to put Charlotte into this match again, it's like, you know she's going to get booed out of the building, right? She's going to get booed. Are you trying to make her into She Reigns? Is that what you're going for? Because let's be real, she's got way more of an upside than being a She Reigns.
I think it's an okay idea, but we better have a non-traditional match. This better not be a simple three-way. This better be a fucking get out the kendo stick again kind of three-way. Because Charlotte versus Ronda still is my favorite match from last year and one of my favorite women's matches of all time.
Well, we can still revisit that. It's not like it's not going to be.
Well, that's how you revisit it. Now you throw Becky into the fucking mix. Now everybody's got a kendo stick and they're beating the shit out of each other until they're unconscious. That's what I want to see. Fucking Ronda and Charlotte walked out of there bloody and blistered. Now you throw the man into that fucking mix, dude. I got a fucking rager just thinking about it.
Well, let's get there though. Like, let's give it, because once again, I mean, it's planning for the long term. If you're going to sit there, you're going to go, okay, now we got the main event is Becky.
Right.
And it's, it's Becky and Ronda. Cool. Okay. Well, let's put Charlotte in there. No, wait. Give it a minute. Oh, no, let's do it right now. You got Ronda maybe for another year, right? So let's make the best of this. We're going to have to, because let's put it this way. She's not going to have another, who's left for Ronda to go through? She had her match with Sasha, which, by the way, I still laugh at the fact that people were like, that match wasn't bad. That match was dog shit.
Ronda's got time. Ronda's got time. Yeah. And if you eventually
does she have opponents? Does she have opponents?
Sure. She does. She can go back. She can go through Asuka again.
Again?
Sure. You can have champion versus champion or some shit. Dude, but that's all the women. All the women are going through everybody. Like, the roster's a little thin. They had to bring up new people. Look at all the girls that they brought up in the Royal Rumble. You know, that's what it's going to be.
Horrible Bugle Boy, a Company B girl there. Yeah.
Well, come on.
She's the shits, dude. She's bad.
Well, then there's Chinese Charlie. She was all right.
She did okay.
She was okay.
It's always smart of them to have if they have a Rumble with 30 people, 10 people should be completely unknown to the crowd. That's a great idea.
Well, unfortunately, who do you blame for that? I don't know if I necessarily blame the main roster for that as much as I blame them for not fucking setting these girls up. It's amazing how they set up all those vignettes for Nikki Cross, set up those fucking vignettes for EC3. Oh, he had a big fucking spot at the Royal Rumble, didn't he? You know, big fucking, oh my God, it's EC3, everybody. The fucking game's changing now. EC3.
And was he even in there?
No, he wasn't. But they did make sure that on Monday night, they did have a Mojo Rawley vignette. That was...
I know, I saw that.
I'm different now. I hate myself. I hate you, and I don't like you, and it's your fault that I'm not in WWE anymore. Oh, wait, it's your fault that I'm not doing anything in this company. Oh, wait, I'm looking into a mirror. Fuck.
Well, the uncomfortable thing about Mojo Rawley trying to do stuff like that is you just want to look at them and just be like, WWE, we know who Mojo Rawley is. And this is not him. It's not believable in any way, shape, or form.
He's lost his... I was actually surprised they didn't go full fucking, and have him break the mirror. Because, I mean, oh, look, he's broken the mirror, folks. He's crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Crazy.
Well, no, the problem is with him, and this is once again, like, Ronda is an unlikable, nasty person. She's not a friendly gal. So go with it. She's a heel. Ta-da. There you go. Mojo Rawley is a big, happy, smiley dude.
Right.
Go with that.
I don't think Ronda is a victim of circumstance. Like, okay. I think Ronda as a person wants to be loved so badly. Because when you look at her eyes welling up with tears, you look at the frustration on her face when people weren't loving her. Those were the tears that you see before she fucking goes into a blind rage and rips your fucking head off your shoulders. You know what I mean? It's like a spoiled girl, spoiled brat complex is what she has. She wants to be loved, but only on her terms.
Yeah, because she's an asshole.
Well, yeah, you can be an asshole but still want to be loved. Not everybody wants to be hated. It's not like she thrives on the hate. Like, there are people that thrive on the fucking hate. There are people that thrive, like, fucking Darth Vader level shit. You know? Ronda Rousey doesn't strike me as that. Like, if she becomes a heel, it would be a tragedy. And that's how she would become a heel, as opposed to people turning heel because, mwahaha, now that Roman Reigns is gone, I am now a bad guy, Seth. You know, you know what I mean? Like, that's a different kind. Like, where if Ronda Rousey goes heel, it needs to be a tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. To me, sometimes when we have these, people have this mindset where it's like they want to fight the stream. Like, they're like, we're going to go against it. It's like, why? Why? Go with what works. If this works, do it. Sasha, Sasha Banks is a fucking unlikable person. Make her a heel. Stop
Right.
trying to push her as Sweetie Pie McGee. It's not a fucking thing.
And I think she would be happy with that. Like, I can see her
Right.
reveling in the fact that I'm a bitch and now you know it. Like, she
Right.
doesn't strike me as a person that if you called her a bitch in the real world, she'd be like, yeah, and?
Yeah.
You know?
And guess what? Now when she walks through an airport and people want to take pictures with her and be friendly with her and she says no, fuck off, there's a reason.
Right, now it's just part of her character.
Right.
Right.
There you go. Remember when Randy Orton, you know how Randy Orton is kind of known for not being a friendly guy?
What?
Yeah, I know, right? But, Randy Orton is kind of known for not being the type of guy that wants to deal with that shit. That's why, when he was a heel for 85% of his career, it made sense. It worked well.
Right.
There you go. Like, just stop fighting against this shit. Stop it. It's making it harder on you. It's making it harder on the talent for no reason. And by the way, even if some of these people come to you and they're like, hey, I want to be a heel. And it's like, just look at them and just say, no.
Right.
No.
Oh, you would
Like,
expect...
Mojo, I'm going to be a heel. No.
Right. You would
No,
expect
you're
that
not.
the people in back, the creative people, would have a better understanding of how these wrestlers are. Like, I would think instead of creative writers, why don't you guys get a couple of psychologists out there, okay? Seriously. I'm not even being silly about it. Think about how much
I know.
more interesting these characters would be if you could have analysts fucking literally ripping people apart. Literally just dividing them up by their characteristics and their traits.
Mesh, I don't even think it takes that level. I mean,
Yeah,
come
but think
on.
about how much better it would be. You fire a couple of these 40 fucking writers that aren't doing anything and hire a couple of psychoanalysts.
All right, well,
That's all
that's
I'm
it,
saying.
man. What was Pat Patterson a psychoanalyst? Like,
I
no.
bet he was. Okay, he was
Is
probably...
Jim Cornette a psychoanalyst? No, he's just a relatively smart person that looks at someone and goes, hey, you're like this, let's do that.
Yeah, but see, you're looking for the fucking diamond in the rough. Pat Patterson, Jim Ross, Jim Cornette, these guys are diamonds in the rough. As opposed to a person that's chosen that career, you have a better chance of finding exactly what you want if you pick somebody in that field, as opposed to hoping somebody that's in the wrestling business has this wealth of knowledge and wisdom.
Well, it's not even, dude, but what I'm saying is like, I don't even think this is like a wrestling thing. I think it's just a intuitive just behavior. Like if you're around somebody and they act a certain way, like if you're around a girl like Bailey, right? And by all accounts, everyone's like, she's very sweet, she's very loving, she's kind to people, she's got a good attitude, she's got a good personality. Like, this should be basic shit. You should look at that person and go, okay, well then, if you're going to play a character that's similar to you, let's roll with that.
You give way too much credit to people. You give
that's
way
not-
too much credit, man.
Really? Are people? Are
Yeah,
people
I
that
don't-
fucking dim, dude.
I don't think people watch as much as they should.
Maybe,
I really don't,
maybe
man.
not. I don't know.
I think you're on a different... Well, you're on a different level anyways because you have been in the business for as long as you have. And you do watch people. And you pay attention to the little things that people do. That is not a common trait. That is an attribute to you. That is an attribute to people like Jim Cornette. That is an attribute to people like Pat Patterson. That is not considered a social norm to just understand and have empathetic emotions or understanding of people's empathy. You know,
I guess, but I don't feel like you even need. I don't think you need like somebody that's even super fucking educated to figure that out. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's a reason
I don't
that people
know.
get paid hundreds of dollars an hour to fucking listen to people for the exact same reason that we're talking about.
I guess, but I mean, dude, if you're a car salesman, if people that are good car salesmen, somebody walks in and they talk to them, they're like, hey, listen, what do you need? Let's
Yeah.
figure out, like, what do you want? Like,
Right.
what kind of person you are? Like, a fucking good car salesman.
But how
can
many
figure this
bad
shit out.
car salesmen are out there, Joe?
I
Come
guess
on,
a
man.
lot, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't take a fucking genius.
I understand that, and it doesn't take a genius, but it does take somebody with a specific set of skills to be able to unravel people and figure out what their characteristics really are as a person at the root.
You are right. We need Liam Neeson to steal this. Liam Neeson will fix the. Liam Neeson is sitting there. He's like, Ronda Rousey, you're a douche. Just be a douche. Mojo, you're a big goofy turd. Just be a big goofy turd.
Yeah.
Anybody has a problem with it, I'm going to just karate chop you in the neck.
Kevin Milwaukee in the Disco chat says, some people thrive. It's an interesting debate, Mish, because it's nature versus nurture. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really look at this and I go, this doesn't... And once again, maybe it's just because my whole life I have been a people person. In the sense that, I've worked jobs where you gotta be around people, you gotta understand them, you gotta talk to them,
but
no matter what it is.
Right, but that's just it, though, too. Not everybody's a people person. Not everybody understands people. And not everybody's empathetic. You can be one of the three. It's a rare gem to find somebody that's all three. And the place that you find somebody that's all three, more common than not, is probably the field in which they study it, like psychiatrists and shit like that.
Maybe like a social worker. I don't know. Like
that's fine too.
Almost.
But that's on the same level. That's literally somebody picking you apart and finding out what's best for you in order to re-educate your life.
You know what though, dude? This is what I gotta also. When we talk and we say, maybe if they put a psychologist, because you said that and I was like, you know what? Maybe that wouldn't be the worst idea. And then I realized, how quickly would they become Dr. Aman? How quickly would they become that guy where it'd just be like, hey guys, so and so came in and said they're depressed. Like they just eventually would become that person. You know what I mean?
But how do other companies do it? Like, all right, if you take out WWE out of this conquest, a lot of HR positions, not all, but a lot of like HR positions and stuff like that, these managers go through specific training on how to handle employees. And not just on the professional level, not just with pay scale and shit like that, but a lot of them have personal training. Like, they learn how to deal with people's issues and emotions and grievances and everything else like that. And now, obviously, there's a deeper level when you go to, well, you can't see me, I can't help you, you need to go to a professional. But there's different levels for that. And so these major companies have professionals, all of them, for the most part, have these HR people, and some of them are better than others. Some HR departments are assholes. I used to work at Target. Target's HR team was a bunch of assholes, and fuck them all to hell. But that's a different story. The idea is what makes these people valuable to the company, and to any company, is the fact that they can nip problems in the bud before they grow bigger. They can disrupt the sow of dissension. They can fix on the surface a lot of the issues, and they recognize problems with people and employees and problem employees before they get too disruptive.
Right. Well,
do you see what I'm saying? Look, I know we're going into fucking grandstand on this, and I don't want to talk about it too much more. I just think that there should be somebody that's responsible for pulling out these characteristics from people and seeing exactly what you're talking about, that most people should have this attribute, but they don't.
Right. I don't know. Like you said, maybe I'm going from the well of, I think that, maybe I am giving people too much credit. I don't know. You're probably right. Because to me, I can't fathom that you work in something where you're supposed to be a creative writer or entertainment, and then you just don't bother having the conversation. Listen, dude, not everyone is going to be fucking Daniel Day-Lewis, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that's what I don't get. Like, why make these people? Why?
Not everybody gets their own Coolio video. I got you.
Oh, you're talking about Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's right.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer comes in, turns the chair around backwards, so you know she's cool and serious. Looks at him and says, "Hey, you got something to tell me, Coolio?" Like a good actress, you know what I mean? Like the best, like one of the best alive.
So,
she's one of the best alive for that shit. But
tell me why you think you're a babyface.
Yeah. Power and the money, money and the power, minute after minute, hour after hour.
Oh, shit.
Nobody knows what's going on in the kitchen, but everybody cooking. No, I mean, why the fuck wouldn't someone just... You're right, they need to have somebody that just sits down and be like, who are you?
Right.
What? Tell me something about you. But once again, this is a company that, hey, here's the Women's Battle Royal. Who's coming out? Hey, Asian girl with...
Oh, I thought you were saying
titties.
Enzo. Jesus Christ. It sounded like a little Enzo.
No, literally, I told you, I said this on the Rumble show. The Chinese woman came out, and all the other people in the fucking room look at me like, you're gonna know who this is, right? And I'm like, I have no fucking clue. I don't know who that is. Oh, she's a trainee of WWE China.
Well, she was back in catering about 15 minutes ago, and there's your fucking catch-up.
I wonder if literally when she was backstage, somebody in catering was like, "Excuse me, miss, can you get some more crullers out here?" Like, they don't know who the fuck she is.
I got a spot on my shirt. Can you, no.
The Asian said that,
Yeah,
just so you know.
that's
Just clarifying. Oh, wait, these are Patreon.
Yeah, this is on Patreon.
I can just laugh at
That's
that.
right.
That's fine.
Uh-huh. But,
They know the deal.
the other thing I wanted to bring up which is a thing that people were talking about. Actually, there's a couple of things I want to bring up, too. On Monday Night Raw, we were also treated with the second appearance from Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, my God.
Who brought out...
Which, by the way, this is how hungry people are for something different and something that's a little bit new, that Jeff Jarrett is getting good reactions.
Why? I don't understand the Jeff Jarrett appeal. Like, look,
It's
Elias...
because it's different. It's just different. That's what it is.
Elias was doing just fine. And that's the other thing, too, is why is Elias now a heel? Why are we supposed to hate Elias? We were doing just fine with liking him.
Right. He's a heel for Jeff Jarrett.
And Road Dogg. And Road Dogg. He's a heel for Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg, who went out there, and Road Dogg got the mic, and they started singing some country bumpkin-ass song, and Renee gets up there and does the whitest girl dance ever.
Oh.
Just embarrassing.
Well, here's the thing. Wouldn't it have just... I mean, when you stop and think about it for a second, wouldn't it make more sense for Jeff Jarrett? I mean, because I don't know why this would... this would not be the easiest route to go down, okay? Why wouldn't Jeff Jarrett now be the guy who stands behind Elias and says, "I'm the 3-time Intercontinental Champion. Isn't Elias great?" And Elias kind of sits there and goes, I don't know about this. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. He's a 50-year-old fucking guy.
Dude.
Right?
Why are we supposed to like Jeff Jarrett, though? Like...
Right, why?
But here's the thing is, I don't understand it at all. Like, people were cheering for Jeff Jarrett and booing Elias, but everything Elias said, I mean, he was literally throwing everything out there. Like, on Monday, they were like, he's like, "You people are garbage, and I'm the greatest, and fuck your city, and I hope your fucking town hall burns down, and I'm going to rape all your fucking pets." And the crowd's like, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy." I'm like, Jesus Christ. And he's almost at the point, like, what the fuck do I have to do, man? Do I have to shoot people? Do I have to fucking shoot people to get a heel reaction out here? And then they bring out Jeff Jarrett. And then all of a sudden the coin flipped. It's like, what? Jeff Jarrett?
Well, that's it. I mean, like I said, people are so desperate for something different.
Dude, different. They must have collectively given everybody in the fucking audience PCP. Because I don't fucking understand how millions or thousands of people or whatever could just immediately flip on Elias, who were seconds before chanting how they were not worthy, to all of a sudden, "Boo, you suck. Jeff Jarrett's the future." I don't understand what the fuck. It was like literally a light switch.
Jeff Jarrett wasn't eliciting a reaction that good in 1997.
Right?
It's really fucking weird.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I will say, Phil, the promoter, he is right. Jeff Jarrett does throw a hell of a punch. It does look good. His punches were looking good out there. I will say that. But like he's at this point in his career where why isn't he the guy that is like the tag-along guy? He should be the tag-along guy at this point. He shouldn't be somebody that has any sort of fucking spotlight.
Well, he's in the back now, I guess. Jeff Jarrett is in the back working as a producer with Davari and somebody else, too. I forgot who else. But he's got a backstage position
but
now.
Why is he even, like, why is Elias selling? Once again, this is just another thing. Like, it's like, why is Nia selling for, or why is Randy Orton selling for Nia? Why is Elias selling for 50-year-old Jeff Jarrett? This
Like
is
I
just dumb.
said, the Nia thing I think is going somewhere with this women's power shit.
It's still,
I just have a feeling.
asinine.
No, it makes sense. It's not bad. It's not a bad storyline if they go with it. Because you know what? Somebody needs to knock a woman out. And I don't care if it's a woman. Somebody needs to knock a fucking woman out. Okay?
Right.
And the Jeff Jarrett shit with this fucking Elias stuff and then bringing out Road Dogg and having the weird fucking sing-along. Shame on everybody that was singing along with that, too, by the way. If you were listening to this show and you sang along with that, shame on you. Stop that.
Well, how about just the fact that you got to stop it and put this in equation to him. 72-year-old Vince gets punched by AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is a babyface.
Yeah.
But grown, large woman who is smacking around the guys hit men, and for some reason people are going to be appalled by that. Figure that one out. I don't get that. Like, it's supposed to be like, oh, can you believe that these guys hit him? Which, by the way, that was one of the biggest pops that happened in the Rumble, because I think people legitimately didn't expect that to happen.
No.
They did not expect, like, I think they expect Nia to be allowed to smack him around, and then Nia was like, I'm going to charge you, and then, like, eliminate herself. They didn't think the guys were going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't think the guys were going to do anything. So when they did, it was, whoa, holy shit. But no, I mean, let's be honest here, too, with the Jeff Jarrett getting that reaction. Oh, this is the second time he's out there and he got that reaction. Give Jeff Jarrett one pay-per-view match and then watch what happens afterwards. Nothing.
You think they're actually going to lead this to a fucking pay-per-view match?
Don't be surprised.
I won't be.
Don't be surprised.
I won't be.
Because they're so hungry for anybody that gets any sort of reaction. Don't be surprised if at Elimination Chamber or whatever's the next fucking... oh my God. The opener or the pre-show match is going to be Jeff Jarrett versus Elias. And 6'3", young, jacked Elias is going to have to sell for 50-year-old Jeff Jarrett.
Maybe instead of that, they can have a dueling banjos match, Joe. On a pole.
Jesus.
What about, and here's the other thing, and going on, we'll go to SmackDown now, because I got to throw this out there. On SmackDown, characteristically so, I very much enjoyed the reveal of the new belt by Daniel Bryan, the new King of the Cows belt. The wood with the little turquoise stones. It's very nice. What were your thoughts?
If Cena gets his own belt, I guess that's what it's going to be.
Well, people have been getting their own belt for years. I mean,
I know.
Rock,
That's
Stone
what I'm saying.
Cold.
Like a guy like Cena's going to get his own belt, and it's going to be a spinner belt. And by the way, then everyone else has to carry it around too.
No, it'll go away as soon as he loses it. You know.
Oh, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're at the point where it's like, Cena had a spinner belt, and then all of a sudden Edge is carrying around the spinner belt, then if Daniel Bryan wants to make his little hemp belt, then whatever.
I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty clever. It keeps up with the, as other people call him now, the eco-terrorist.
Well, I was laughing because somebody posted some sort of obvious, like, just not getting the point. Once again, someone posted some tweet where it's like, Daniel Bryan's wearing a shirt that says, say no to racism and say no to homophobia.
I saw that.
And they were like, and he's supposed to be the bad guy? And I'm like, yeah, the point is that sometimes people with good morals can still act like shitheads.
Oh, yeah.
Get
of
it?
course.
Like, there's such thing as people that they might have good beliefs, but that doesn't make them good people. Yeah. That's a possibility, too. I don't understand where the hole is here. And also the fact that maybe...
Chances are that person that said that to you thinks Antifa is a good idea.
Right, yeah, more likely. Right. But like, I was laughing because somebody pointed out on Twitter, and I was like, it was super astute. I wish I had their name right now. I feel bad that I don't have it right in front of me. But they were like, well, did you not also pick up the point that maybe the reason why he's wearing that is because he is holier than thou, and maybe even if you were to say, hey, Daniel, I also agree with that, he would look at you and be like, yeah, but you're still not as on board with it as me, right?
Right, exactly.
Like, he still thinks he's better. It's still thinking, even if you have comparable values, he still thinks he's better than you. Right. Get it?
Right.
And I was like, oh, wow, what a novel concept for somebody in 2019.
And he plays it so well. That's one thing I could definitely say. And this is another one of those things that I don't know if somebody else did it or if Daniel Bryan pitched it or whatever, but it's clearly something that is turned up to 11. He's obviously in his real life, he does care about the planet, and he's a vegan, and you know what I mean? Like, he takes characteristic traits, and now he's turning them up to 11, and now he's using it in a way to lord it over people, and it's fantastic. And I like the belt. I really do. I think it's actually kind of clever. Out of all the unique belts, and I use the quote fingers, the belts that we've had over the years, this is probably the first one that's actually fucking unique. And considering how ugly all the belts have been, like, I mean, it's even in that same WWE plate style, which is like, whatever. But I mean, what are they gonna do? Put a fucking a cow's head on the side of it? Like, what the fuck? You know?
I don't know. I mean, they're trying this with Daniel Bryan. It's something different for him. I mean, it's just and
yes, Dr. Mantis Tobagan. Much love, Robbie. It's the new straight edge society.
Yeah.
Him and Eric Rowan. Yep.
But you know what's going to happen? And this is, this is just how wrestling is cyclical and how it's supposed to work. And this is one of the reasons why when people look back on, and, I mentioned Cena a few minutes ago, when they say, oh, Cena fucking shoved down our throats, blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to change and shift so that way now Daniel Bryan will be this heel character, right, for a year or whatever, and the people will slowly turn him back into a babyface again, and then he'll become a babyface again, and he'll incorporate things of this heel character as the hippie, as the vegan, into when he's a babyface again. Then if it keeps going and it goes long enough, guess what? Eventually he'll become a heel again, and he'll incorporate from when he was a babyface. Like, this is how the cycle is supposed to work. You're not supposed to be, I'm a babyface, and you stay that way for a fucking decade.
Right.
And then when you change your character to becoming a heel, you go, oh, let me incorporate some of these new things.
Dude, the only person that worked with was John Cena. And John Cena went through so many levels of him being a babyface to the point where the fans loved him as a babyface because he was a heel that the fans forced into a babyface in the beginning. The fans were on board with that. And then the fans got sick of it. And then the fans were booing him, but he still remained a babyface. And then those fans that all booed him just quit watching wrestling. And the fans that were left were like, well, I guess we're stuck with John Cena as a babyface. And then those people had children. And then those children grew up loving John Cena as a babyface. So that's where we're at with John Cena.
I guess, but I mean, like, I think the point, the overlying point here is that you're supposed to change.
Right.
You're supposed to be a heel and a baby face, and then go back to being a heel and a baby. Not all within the course of 3 weeks, like a Big Show type guy or an Elias at this point. It's supposed to be a natural progression. Hey, the people turned Elias into a baby face. Good, great. Let's roll with that. Let's keep that going. Oh wait, no, Jeff Jarrett is back. Let's just what? What?
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense, and it's stupid, and it's like the people turned him to this guy. Okay, cool. Let's milk that for all it's worth. Yeah. You're supposed to turn people when one or two things happen. One, you got absolutely fucking nothing else you can do with them, so let's see what we can do. A la maybe a Mojo Rawley, maybe when, Zack Ryder, somebody like that. Oh, okay, we got nothing left for them. Let's see what they can do. Or they're at the tippy-top height of their career, like what was going on with Dean. Oh, Dean's back. He looks like $1 million. He's a baby face. And, oh, him and Seth are back together. And Seth is this hot baby face. And, oh, one of his best friends, something bad just happened to him. He wins the tag titles. Perfect. Boom. Turn him right then.
Right.
Of course, they squandered it. But those are the times that you're supposed to turn people.
Sure.
When you got nothing else, or they're so hot they can only go down from there.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, not for shits and gigs. Not for, oh, look, we got Jeff Jarrett back.
Well,
like,
more often than not,
fucking reasons like that.
WWE feels that when these characters are at the bottom, like, I think that even though the fans enjoy Elias, even though Elias was getting chants and cheers, WWE didn't hear any of that. In WWE's mind, I wonder if they believe that Elias was at the fucking drop bottom.
No. I don't know.
What else? What other fucking answer can you possibly have for trucking Jeff Jarrett out there to take away Elias's heat? Literally. They should have just given him a fucking handcart and a shovel and just said, here you go. Take away his heat. Because that's exactly what the fuck they did. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the only thing that I can possibly come up with is that in the back, creative said, man, Elias just isn't working. Elias. Man, nobody fucking likes this guy. We walk with Elias. God damn it. It's just, there's nobody. Is there anybody out there cheering?
Right.
I know what'll fix this. Jeff Jarrett, come on down.
Right. He's one of the only 5 people on the show that is consistently getting a reaction. Let's do something about that.
Yeah.
But once again, that's like meddling fingers in it. Well, if they can make it good like this, what about geniuses like us? What if we interject?
That's it. That's the only thing that even makes sense. Why would you take like somebody that's hot? Like, what are they trying to do? Get Jeff Jarrett over? Like, like if that's the mindset, I'm even more lost. Because what's Jeff Jarrett going to bring to the table?
Well, let's really stop and think about it, and let's just put it on a 20-year scale. Let's not even go even further back in time. WWF tried to get Jeff Jarrett over by making him a Intercontinental Champion. It didn't work. WCW tried to get Jeff Jarrett over by making him the WCW Champion. It didn't work. Yeah. TNA tried to build a company around Jeff Jarrett tried to build a company around himself as TNA champion. And it didn't fucking work.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett tried to start Global Force Wrestling, which, by the way, if he'd have been more heavily involved with it and it actually became a thing, which, by the way, weren't they supposed to be the new WCW? Interesting how that worked out. Guess what happened there? If he'd have been
it worked? That, oh, wait, no, it didn't. Sorry.
No, dismal failure. Huge dismal failure. He'd have also have put himself on top, and that wouldn't have worked. So, at what point do we realize this Jeff Jarrett...
Maybe Jeff Jarrett got in the fucking ears of creative and said, you know what, it'll bring ratings, guys.
Dude, I wouldn't for a tenth of a second believe that he wasn't sitting there trying to con people. I guarantee he is.
You know what you guys all need? Y'all need Jeff Jarrett as Intercontinental Champion out there. That's what's going to draw ratings.
You know, I mean, let's be real, okay? Like, just looking around and seeing who's going to be the next big star on television right now. I mean, who's gonna do it? Who's going to do it for you?
Ain't going to be that Brock Lesnar. He's in his own thing. He's going to go back to UFC. What, you're talking about that little twink Finn Balor? Come on now.
I mean, and let me tell you something right now, too. Ain't nobody going to do it for a better value than me, too.
Better value?
I mean,
his worth is based by the pound.
I mean, 100. I mean, you get me out there, and you put me under contract, I mean, all I'm going to charge you is $189,000. That's it. That's less than $200,000.
That's right. 6.5 pounds of Jeff Jarrett slap nuts is much cheaper in value than 6.5 pounds of Seth Rollins. I'm just telling you that.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm really offering you a great value here. I mean, let's put it this way, okay? On the
Are you offering a great deal?
Listen, I got my friend. His name is Don East. He's gonna take good care of you. I mean, listen. You make me 15 T-shirt designs. All right, that's all I'm asking for. 15, and we'll go 50-50 on the T-shirt. I mean, 50-50. Actually, we give Seth Rollins a nickel for every time he sells a T-shirt. Yeah, but I mean, 50-50 with me. I mean, that's a great deal, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he's just so fucking full of shit.
Jeff Jarrett is a great deal.
Gong. Jeff Jarrett, you can get 3 Jeff Jarretts for $4.99.
$4.99 too much. We only charging a $5 for a Jeff Jarrett. That's a good deal.
Don, do we charge shipping on Jeff Jarrett?
No, free shipping for a Jeff Jarrett is a crazy deal.
Anywhere in America, free shipping for Jeff Jarrett? That's insane, Don. How do you offer such crazy?
It's crazy.
These deals are unbelievable. These are unbelievable deals. All we have to do is sacrifice a young talent that's over and it looks like something, and is an unbelievable shape and gets a great reaction.
Oh my god, dude!
For a 51-year-old man that has failed 4 fucking wrestling companies in the past decade and a half,
and they bring him out there like he's the conquering hero, like he's worth something. That's the thing, and he's
Kurt Angle,
but oh, fuck you. He's Kurt
That's
Angle.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
they're acting like he's Kurt Angle.
Jesus. Like, Kurt Angle deserves that pop. Like, if they brought Kurt Angle out against Elias and they wanted to turn Elias heel, that's at least someone. That's someone that people at least respect. That'll be an interesting feud. That would probably be an interesting match. Jeff Jarrett? And then the crowd's like, whoa, Jeff Jarrett slapped that.
I think they just, I honest to God think they're just reacting to something different. That's really, I think, at the root of it. They're seeing something that they don't see very often. So they're like, oh,
I guess.
well, that's different. I honestly, because they're so used to.
They could bring out anybody for that, though. They can bring out actual fucking athletes. They could bring Shelton Benjamin back for that, you know?
No, because they've already seen Shelton.
I don't mind. Why do people have to see that?
Because they cheer. Dude, even for as bad as Jeff Jarrett sucks, and Jeff Jarrett sucks, let's make no bones about it, okay? Jeff Jarrett's fucking atrocious.
But are they comparing him to those guys, before we get further into that, are they comparing them to the Dudley Boys? Are they comparing him to the return of the Hardy Boys before, Matt stuck around and became crazy Matt and Jeff and all that? Like, are they comparing them, Jeff Jarrett, to fucking Kurt Angle even? Like, are they comparing them to that kind of image to where, I have no problem with WWE bringing guys back for a stint and then going away, but Jeff Jarrett was never anything to fucking rave about. Shelton Benjamin meant more to wrestling fans than Jeff Jarrett ever did. My opinion. I'll sit on that one. His tag team shit means more than Jeff Jarrett does. Why does Jeff Jarrett mean anything to people? Because he ran his own wrestling company? Come on. Let's be honest here. What great matches has Jeff Jarrett had? Is it the one against Scott Hall? How about the times that he fucking gracefully put over R-Truth or Sting? You're talking about his TNA shit. He wasn't good. He was never fucking good. He was never good.
Well, dude, once again, this is what it compared to. Okay, Jeff Jarrett gets to look absolutely unbelievable next to Baron Corbin. I mean, compared to some of these other people, you have to stop and do that. As much as, Drew McIntyre looks like $1 million. Jeff Jarrett is a charismatic powerhouse next to somebody like fucking Drew McIntyre or Bobby Lashley or Jinder Mahal. That's the sad thing. That's really the sad thing.
You're right.
Where we look at him and go, he's a fucking bum. In the grand scheme of things, for what he's gotten and for where he's put himself in wrestling, he's a fucking bum. But compared to Bobby Lashley, like I said, he's King Charisma.
I look at it like this, and maybe other people can disagree. The way I value it is I've never paid for one pay-per-view, one piece of merchandise. I haven't even paid attention to his matches most of the time for Jeff Jarrett. Never gave him one fucking dime. Shelton Benjamin, I've watched pay-per-views to see the world's greatest tag team. Shelton Benjamin has been interesting enough for me to watch on TV and to get behind and enjoy him. And even when he was with, what's that kid's name that's disappeared now?
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Wait.
Chad, why am I blanking on his name?
WCW guy?
No, currently in WWE, he's kind of Chad Gable.
Oh, Chad Gable.
Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable is a tag team I was even interested in.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still talking about Double J there for a second. I was confused.
No, Jeff Jarrett has done shit. I've paid more money into seeing Shelton Benjamin than I would ever pay for Kurt Angle.
Well, you mean Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett, sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, but I mean, once again, dude, Jeff Jarrett is a guy that has never really been much of anything, but now compared to so many fucking goofs, it's just, what are you going to say? Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So many of these fucking goofs.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Chad Gable, I know Chad Gable is, it just brain fart, guys.
Him and Bobby Roode are tag. Well, here's the thing. Chad Gable is tag team champions with Bobby Roode. But here's the thing. When's the last time, have we seen him on TV? Have we seen him on pay-per-view?
But I liked him and Shelton Benjamin together. I did. I thought that was a great idea. And there was a time that they were even fostering the idea of making a world's greatest tag team, too, with him and Jason.
Well, Jason Jordan, I think, is retired. I think he's done.
Right.
Something was wrong with his neck or something like that.
Right.
Which, by the way, how nice of them to address that. No one knows.
Well,
that's so in the back of the sphere, of the mind of people. They couldn't have possibly have just have him say something on television. Hey, blah 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 blah. Have somebody come out, get some heat on him. I don't know. It's just shit like that. You're going to spend that much time investing in the guy. Why not do a little something to where somebody can get something out of it? Beating the shit out of him. Wouldn't he have been a perfect foil, if you think about it, for Baron Corbin?
Yes.
Have him come out, I got to retire, I got to do this, that. Baron Corbin comes out, oh, well, you're fucking pathetic.
There's a lot of places they could have put Jason. Jason Jordan was literally, I think, before he got injured, when he was in the middle, I think he was in the middle of a lot of interesting storylines that could have catapulted. It really was. Him and Gable were fucking fantastic together. And then you put in the connection between him and Kurt Angle. There was a lot of places that kid's career could have gone. Just my opinion. I just think that there was a lot of worth in the kid, and it's sad that he's gone. So.
No, it is sad. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that would disagree with you on that. It sucks. I mean, he was never... I don't think he was ever going to become this next amazing big star.
Oh, I do.
I
do. His charisma, people started shitting on him for having bad promos and the bad charisma. But I think that was a bit. That just seemed like that whole thing was a bit. Him being bad at that, it seemed like it was on purpose. The more people would make fun of it, the worse he would get. And it's nah, I think this kid gets it. He fucking gets it. I really saw something.
I think he would have been a good mid-card guy. I think he would have been,
Really?
better. He would be somebody that could fill the reins of Dolph when Dolph does finally leave. Oh, by the way, Dolph signed another contract with WWE, so waka waka.
No, he's. I'll read this off real quick. It's not that he signed another contract. His contract is on hiatus. I might as well cover this real quick. He did an interview with Chris Van Vliet. And he confirmed that his contract is on hiatus from WWE. He said, "We have a handshake agreement, which is different from what's on paper. I've given everything, and we'll see if there's more for me to give. I'll be happy to be a part of it." He also said, confirming that he is still under contract, obviously. He said that if he were to stay on with the company, he would have to be a wrestler, and he's not interested in taking a backstage role for the time being, but maybe in 10 years down the road, it would be a different story. He said, "It's a great thing, and there are a lot of people who are good at teaching and giving back, and I love pulling people aside, or if they come up to me at work. But that should always be an option for anybody, especially someone like me who's been around for a long time. And as Drew McIntyre says, maybe I was riding his coattails, and I got to get the hell out of here." Despite that, he also acknowledged that signing with AEW would be quote-unquote great, and he would be a great addition to a company, which seems to be true for wrestlers who love the sport and the business. But he also confirmed that he will not be a part of the Royal Rumble. So I don't think that he's going to go to AEW. I think that would be a bad move for him, especially if he's on a handshake deal with WWE. I think for the most part, the dude just needs a fucking break. Can we just say that Dolph Ziggler needs a fucking break? Dude needs a break.
Him and us.
Right. So, whatever happens to Dolph, and I'm sure I'm sure there's an AEW article somewhere saying, AEW is interested in Dolph Ziggler. I'm sure there's one.
Of course there is. I've already seen them. Oh, he's definitely going to be here. He's going to be here. If he actually does decide to ever leave, which I don't think he will, but if he ever does decide to leave, would he show up there? Yeah, of course. What is he going to do? Turn down fucking big sack of fucking money? Hey, we're going to overpay you to show up here in Wave. Yeah, okay.
I think, how long... we never gave this. When AEW gets launched, and they'll get TV, how long do you think that the company will last? Do you think that this has a TNA run? I should say an NWA TNA kind of run in it?
Anywhere from 3 months to 2 years. That would be my guess.
Wow, 3 months? You think it could pop that fast, huh? What the fuck would they have to do to kill off all their fans in 3 months?
Well, no, not the fans wouldn't go away. Just the shit wouldn't work.
Oh.
Like, it's just that being on TV.
Technical shit. I got you.
Right. I mean, like I said, once again, like, just because someone is rich doesn't mean they want to spend that money.
Right.
You know, like, that's what I really don't think that a lot of people are getting hit with. They're not getting this through their heads. Like, they just hear someone's got a lot of money and they go, oh, that means they want to spend it. No. No.
Did Andy Lou pop up with it? And
Of course.
Andy Lou is a hero tonight as he pulls up the news article from Ringside News with the title, Dolph Ziggler already signed a new WWE contract. Fantastic, dude. Thank you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's already supposedly out there. So I have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, good old Dolphy boy, where he's gonna go. But still, even if he was just like, hey, I'm out of here, I'm all done, I'm gonna go with this fucking Cody company, whether it lasts 3 months, or 3 years, I'm gonna go give it a try, blah 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 blah. Same thing as we were talking about Dean earlier. You think he doesn't got money saved? You think he doesn't have his shit kind of squared away? Guy in his late 30s, making good money, no kid, no wife.
Right.
Unless this dude is fucking doing crack, I mean, where's it going?
I don't know, dude. I really don't. We are at that level where the future is unknown, Joseph.
Oh, man. It's a brave new world, huh?
I think it's time for us to get the fuck out of here, though, homie. We've did a solid 2+. Much love to everybody in the chat. Oh, fuck, are we supposed to be plugging anybody this week?
Well, not everybody in the chat, just most of them.
Most. Okay, much love to most of you guys. You know who you are.
But the good people.
They know who we are.
Some people can eat a coffee.
Obviously, for the people listening live, if you want to check out more content, obviously go to patreon.com/wrestling soup for the non-advertising version, full versions of the show. We will still pull up the hour and a half for everybody that is listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. Hope you guys had a good time. I know we did. Much love to the DTKC show. Much love to Lee Sanders and the RCWR show. And much love to Team Heel Podcast. Much love to the Wrestling Court with Julian Cannon, who we're going to see at C2E2. He's going to be a part of the panel with us. He's set it up, so much love to him. Much love to Jason Solomon. Sent out Wrestling Soup's contribution to his Royal Rumble predictions contest. So some lucky people are going to get the now infamously banned AEW shirt. Like, if you guys didn't hear us talk about it, there was an AEW shirt that was made by Gareth Nelson that was actually banned by AEW. Like Cody Rhodes and fucking Conrad or any of those people. Even though, and we were talking about it before, we were giving all the money away. We were matching it dollar for dollar for charity for the charitywater.org. And some AEW fans saw it, reported it to them, and they got the whole T-shirt ripped off the fucking internet. But I got a few copies. It was a wonderful T-shirt with Vince McMahon busting out of the AEW logo. Fantastic shit. But they shut it down because they're fucking assholes. But yeah, we'll be seeing Julian Cannon, and I'm sending that off to him so that Jason can distribute it to the fans that have won this contest. Also, much love to WNC's show, and they have an after party after us, so that should be fun. Go there, check it out. Once we're done, sometimes I show up there and I shoot the shit with Johnny Florida and Papa Dave and Michael Corvin and Old Man Jenkins and anybody else that shows up to the fucking the shindig, the get-together. With that said, I think we're fucking out of here. Anybody else I got to mention? B-Show Brian. Much love to B-Show Brian. He fucking showed up.
Happy birthday to Minnesota Connection. I think he was... what was his... Oh, God, I can't remember his name was before, but he changed it. But yeah.
Happy birthday to Liz of the Liz and Lisa show.
Oh, yeah. The show. The famous show.
We need to do another one, I think. I know it's crazy, yeah. and people...
That'll get people... That'll get the viewers.
Come on, we could do the 1-year reunion. I think the show went up around April too.
No, it's got to be almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, 2 years. No, but I mean it went up around April, so I think it's an anniversary show either way. It might be 3 years actually. Fuck. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies,
I know,
huh?
right? Because we've had almost a year without anybody on. So, but
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Much love to Russell Erotica. Much love to Geeks of the Industry. Much love to the Texas Chainsaw Podcast Massacre. Texas Podcast Chainsaw Massacre. Jesus, Texas Massacre Podcast Chainsaw. Much love to our boys DJ Dells. Much love to Rocked Reviews. Check them out. They got Patreons. You can find them on the internets. I think we're out of here.
All right, Purse.
Man, I can't even think of what cemetery them niggas at. It'll come to me later, it's on the tip of my tongue. Nigga, I meet gangsters, crips, lords, and bloods. Nigga, I meet plugs, talk over dinner about funds. Only thing you meet is the requirements for a crumb. Y'all pussy niggas homos. Y'all ain't got no hoes. These bitches tired of fucking around with hobos. Extendo on the Glock, that bitch long as a pogo. In Chicago and Soho, and feeling like I'm Roro.
And I can't forget,
I can get you knocked off with no effort.
Get in the corner. Yuck Nasty. Dogger Baby. Listen to them. Listen to them. Listen to them. They're great. They're great. They're great. They're great. Red bottoms on my feet like my shoes got brake lights. Fuck her and drop her off. No time for no date nights. Like, little baby, I can do that shit with no effort.